All right, listen, lots to talk about. I get to have, like I say, the most fun because I get to talk about the most fun market. But this first slide is really going to be what my presentation's all about. All right, if you don't know what you're doing in this market, you can lose a lot of money. All right, so what's my job today? I want to just go 60 minutes with you, and I want to teach you about trading the Forex market. The way I like to say it is by the time I'm done with you, you'll know more flat out about making money in this market than 99% of the people on this planet. All right, we'll use the chat box so we can talk to each other because I think that's important. Just rather than have me barking information at you, let's have that conversation. All right, there's different things that you obviously want to know. As I go through things, you probably have a couple of questions, and it's fine. Okay, let's talk to each other so this thing makes sense. All right, we'll be talking like Forex traders by the time we're done. And what I want to do is this. I want to get a piece of software on your desk today. I'm going to demonstrate it for you, all right? But I want to get that thing on your desk today so that you have an opportunity after seeing how it works to go ahead and test the darn thing for yourself. And the point of this whole exercise is to get you into a trading room, all right, get you prepared so that when you're in that trading room, you can hit the ground running. I want to go through 3 trades with you today, live. Market's open. We're going to go live in the market, all right? I'm going to show you 1,000 pips worth of opportunity right now. Okay, stuff that if the trade presents itself, I'll even do live in my own account. All right, best part of all this is even if you don't have a Forex account, you can get started with one today. I'll show you how to do that also. If you've traded stock or options, binaries, futures, this whole thing for you is going to be a cakewalk. All right, and I'll show you how to take advantage of everything I show you risk-free to you financially. And as a matter of fact, listen, all right, a lot of people say, oh, it's a risk-free this, risk-free that. This might be the only presentation that comes with a guarantee. I just want you to understand, okay? I'm so confident. We're so confident in our trading program here at Market Traders Institute, all right? Our trading plan, our formula, it's a formula that I'm going to show you today, that we guarantee the results, all right? Stick with me till the end. And anyone that decides to work with us, I'm going to tell you all about this. All right, but the fact of the matter is I'm coming to you from the Market Traders Institute. It's a state-of-the-art 70,000 square foot facility here in Orlando, Florida. We've been training new traders in Forex since 1994, okay, and at this point we got about 32,000 of them around the world. Any group doing this, we got the longest track record. We got the most trained students. In fact, Inc. magazine says we're one of the fastest growing companies in the world, and it's to the point where they talk about us in some pretty good company, and yes, I'm going to brag just for a second, all right? We get talked about at the same time they talk about Microsoft and GoPro and Timberland. We got there, gang, by just doing one thing, all right? Bottom line, we're getting results for the people that come to us. They're looking to capture opportunity, and it's fine. They're looking to be successful. Well, when they have success, they tell people, and that's how we continue to grow. Our track record is phenomenal, right? Everybody likes to see a track record. Ours is all public. It is 100% results driven, and this organization is headed by someone you've probably already heard about, all right? If you haven't, let me just introduce him real quick. That's the boss. He's the one that gives me the permission, the privilege to be able to send his message to you. All right, now that's the chief. You might have seen him before on Fox Business or CNBC. Long story short, had a lot of success, gathered a lot of attention. Okay, a lot of individual traders like you were coming to him saying, all right, you know how to do this. Can you show me how? Can you help me out? And what he did at first was he wrote a trading book, became a best-selling book. But when he found that so many people were coming back to him saying, you know, I like strategies and it's great. I like the information and it's fine, but can we go a step further? Instead of telling me, can you show me? That's why he started this outfit. Okay, Market Traders Institute was put together with that in mind, and the fact of the matter is, if that's what you're looking for, right, a trading team, some people that you can get alongside and trade with, you pretty much came to the right place, all right? He'll tell you right off the bat, success isn't a fantasy, it's a formula. If you got a formula that works, and he's discovered that formula in this market, I'm going to show it to you today. All right, but once you got the formula that leads you to success, all you got to do is keep repeating it. All right, let me show you that formula. I'll let you put it to the test and guarantee the whole thing. All right, who am I? Well, I got that nice introduction from Renee, but let me at least introduce myself to you if I'm going to be talking with you the next 60 minutes. I'm Joe Cavallaro. Like she said, I've been trading markets since I graduated college back in '94, licensed in all of them, stock options, commodities, futures, and Forex. I've been a principal at a couple firms. I've traded 7- and 8-figure accounts. At some of them, I've managed a couple trading desks, good for me, right? Why is that important to you? One reason, all right? is because I know the difference between the markets. And the fact of the matter is, when you got to choose a market to trade, you got to pick the one that gives you the best chance at success. When I tell you the difference between them, if you don't have a Forex account, right, you're darn well going to open one. It's just going to make sense for you to do that. But the other reason I'm telling you all this is, look, gang, I've managed trading desks. My job was to make sure that the guys and gals on my desk were profitable traders. All right, that was my job every day. So this is something I know how to do. And the fact is, I'm just going to pretend today that you're on my trading desk, okay? You just sat down and said, okay, my job's to be profitable. I can show you how to get there. And it's not really going to be all that hard, okay? I know what your keys to success are, and I know what you're trying to do. Trying to make some extra money doing this stuff. My only question for you is this, okay? If I can show you how to make, let's say, between $2,000 and $8,000 a month, this is a $1 million question, and I really want you to answer it. Think about it, and then give me an answer, okay? Most people who come to my workshops are looking to make between $2,000 and $8,000 a month doing the Forex. All right. My $1 million question is this: if I can show you a couple of basic strategies today, a couple of opportunities, and you can take that, all right, along with a little bit of automation, and you can make that $2,000 to $8,000 a month every month, right, in some free time, maybe about 30 minutes a day, all right, would you be willing to spend that 30 minutes to master this market? If I can show you how to do that, all right, would you take 30 minutes a day to do this? That's a question I've got for you. While you answer it, I'm just going to get a quick sip of water because I really have to open the conversation with that. If you don't have the time to do that, then this probably isn't for you. But if you got 30 minutes, I can definitely show you how to do it. You ready to do that? Is that everybody? Pretty good? All right. Well, then let's go. All right. Let's make this happen. All right, what are your keys to success going to be? First, I got to get you to overcome a little inertia. When I show you how this works, you're going to have a choice, okay? You're either going to try it or you're not, okay? The fact of the matter is most people who try trading in any new market, they do 3 trades and quit. Why do they quit? I don't know. They took a loss. They said it's too complicated. They come up with some reason not to do it. I've got to get you past your first 3 Forex trades, get you into profit. Because if I can do that, then the sky is the limit. If I can get you to take whatever your initial investment is off the table and play with the house's money, guess what? That's when the sun comes out, okay? So if I can get you there, if I can do a little of the heavy lifting even to get you there to understand this market and get into the black, this is going to be a breeze for you. All right, it's the right market. It gives you every available advantage. Okay, when I show you the differences between this and the stock market or options market, you're going to understand that clearly. Then you just got to find people who know what they're doing and copy what it is that they do. All right, it's all about education, of course. You got to be speaking the language. All right, it's all about tools so you have something that gives you market clarity. All right, I'm going to show you a piece of software today that we got over $1 million invested in. Okay, I'll get that thing on your desk so you can see it, and then I'll put a team of traders in front of you that you can come and trade with. After that, the only thing that's left is going to be you showing up. All right, what's going to keep you showing up? I already know the answer, and it's not interest. All right, it's not about your thirst for knowledge. I know what's going to keep you showing up. It's going to be numbers. Okay, you start getting results. Yeah, it doesn't even matter what the market is. If you get results, the commitment part takes care of itself. We understand that. We hear that here all the time. And when your team gets you out of the gate strong, you're just going to flat out show up. All right, Rana, she's working with a trader, making money. She's showing up tomorrow. Ken, making money. He's showing up tomorrow. You see the point that I'm trying to make? All right, I'm not trying to beat a dead horse here on things that you don't already know. But at the end of the day, gang, money means the most. Okay, the rest is just conversation. All right, so let's go ahead and get after this. I want this to be fun for you, and the fun comes when you start making some money at it. Why are we going to trade this market instead of any other? First, it's leveraged. What does that mean? You don't have to bring a lot to make a whole lot of noise. Write this down. If you got $2,000 in trading capital, it's all you're going to need ever to trade this market. I'll show you how to start it with $200. So unlike your day trading account, right, where you have to follow NASDAQ rule 25-25, right, $25,000 minimum if you're doing X number of round turns, stock options, futures, right? Here, $2,000, you're good. You're good to get started, and it's all you're ever going to need. So I know that most of you can afford that. Now, even if you can't, or even if you don't want to, you just want to dip your toe in the water on something small, give me $200 trading capital. Let me show you how to do this. I'll still show you how to make noise with $200. All right? Market's built for your success. It's bigger than all the other ones. It's liquid, round the clock. No opens and closes means what? No risk of overnights, okay? That limits your risk. That's an important feature, factor. Upside's huge. Downside, it's built to protect you. And the best part of it is it's easy to understand, because if you can learn your major currencies, right, this is all you're going to need to really know. Right? There's no big discussion about 6,000 different companies in 40 market sectors and all that. This is just going to be about trading the currencies one against the other. And if you know your major currencies, you're cooking with oil. If you're not sure of them, write these down, because this is where 90% of your trading is going to go. This is where I want to build your foundation. Okay? Canadian, Euro, Pound, Yen, Swiss, and Australian. All right, I'll give you a couple of seconds to write those, because that's going to be your list. Now, are there other currencies? Of course, New Zealand, dollar, right? Mexican, peso, right? You can name 20 other currencies, but 90% of your trading is going to go through these. We'll get exotic later, all right? Let me build your foundation first. Now, what are we going to trade? Real quick, and for my people who have a little experience with this, just hang with me for a second, all right? I want to go live with you too, but let me get my new people up to speed. That way we're all singing off the same sheet of music, all right? Just know that we're going to be trading the differences in the exchange rate. Exchange rates move up or down. That's what we're going to be trading for profit. And if you know anything about exchange rates, then you're already talking the talk. If you've ever been, traveling, you've been to the bus station, the airport, you've been to one of those currency booths, you've seen this information, immediately you know what it means. You can exchange a euro for X number of US dollars. Well, if you know that, then we can easily have this conversation. All right. Now, we talk usually about exchange rates in dollars and cents. But as traders, right, in the Forex, we look a little further to the right. All right. We're going to look at these last two decimal places. Now, we call these the pips. You got dollars and cents. These are called the pips, P-I-P-S. All right. Write that down. It stands for price interest point. As traders, here's what we're going to do. We're going to look to capture as many of those pips as possible. Now, again, it doesn't look like much, at hundredths of a dollar, right? Thousandths of a dollar. It looks like less than a penny, and you're right. But to traders, those mean everything, and you'll see exactly why in a minute, okay? Exchange rates move up and down. You've seen this. You've been paying attention, right? What's happening to the pound? It's fallen out of bed, right? What's happening to the euro? Well, the last couple of days it was weak, but today it was pretty strong. Now, let's say the euro is strong. What you're going to see is that strength reflected in the exchange rate. All right, the exchange rate might move, let's say, from the beginning of the day at 110.35 to where we are right a little later in the day, maybe 110.85. Well, if that's the case, what you have there is a difference of 50 pips. And that's what we're going to look to capture, that third and fourth decimal place worth of movement. All right? Now, what are you going to be trading? All right, this is the last thing I have to show you, then we'll go do some live trades. Okay, what are you going to be trading? In the currency market, anytime you buy or sell a position, you're going to trade a lot of currency, and you're going to be moving a position that's worth $100,000. Now, let me make sense out of that number. Okay, when you buy or sell a lot of currency, you're moving a position that's worth $100,000. Now, in the old days, if you wanted to trade currency, you used to have to deposit $100,000 minimum to get started. But anymore, what's going to happen is this. Okay, you don't have to deposit the whole amount. You're just going to deposit a fraction of that. And what's going to happen is the broker that you work with, okay, you're going to open a trading account, and the broker that you work with is going to match your deposit 50 times. That's where the leverage comes from. And it's that leverage that's going to get you into the market. Let me show you what I mean. Let's say you open a trading account. If you don't have one, I'll show you how to open one in just a minute. All right, but let's say you open that account and you stick your $2,000 in it. What happens automatically is the broker that you work with, right, is going to match your deposit 50 times. That's the leverage I was talking about earlier. And this is going to be what gets you in the game. How? Just do the math. Your 2,000 times 50, that equals 100,000. That equals one lot of currency. Now you're in the game. So what's the point? The point is this. You need the broker to provide you the leverage. But the fact of the matter is they'll do it. Why? Because that's just how this works. Okay? Now, the first question you have is probably the same question that I had. Why do they do it, right? Why does the broker provide me the leverage? Okay, here's the answer. It's not out of kindness. It's because they have something in the game. It's called the spread. Write this down. For providing you the leverage, okay, the broker is going to collect, it's like a tip, a toll, a commission. It's called the spread of between 1 and 3 pips on every trade that you do, right, that I do, that anybody does. They're going to collect that, and in return for it, they're going to provide you the leverage. Now, the spread it's different for each currency. Okay, for example, on the euro, it might be a 1 pip spread. They'll collect 1 pip from you in order to provide you the leverage. Okay, now on the pound, it might be 2 pips. On the yen, it might be 2.5. Okay, They're going to collect that from you. It's like a toll. Once you pay it, you get on the highway. And that's exactly how this works. So now that you understand the mechanics of it, you're ready to do your first trade. Really? We've only been at it for 8-9 minutes. I know. All right? But it's really this simple. Mechanically, it couldn't be any simpler. Let's just go out and do it. You're going to learn more by doing than you are with me just barking it at you. So let's say it's time for you to do your first trade. Okay? You're going to go ahead and buy one lot of the Great British Pound. Watch how easy the mechanics are. Here's what you're going to do. Just like you would do in a stock trading account or an options trading account, you're going to go to your online Forex trading account. Looks an awful lot like this. Okay? Over here on the left, what do you have? You have your currencies. There's the euro, there's the pound, there's the Australian, there's the yen, there's the Canadian, and so forth. Okay? Right here, you have a picture of the currency you're looking at. Now, this says the Australian. But what do we say? You're going to look to buy the Great British Pound. This might be fun. All right, so this is a picture of it on the 5-minute chart, and you'll have this loaded up right on your desk. All right, I got this from a group named Oanda. You might get one from somebody named Forex.com, FXCM. There's several different international Forex groups that you can open an account with. All right, it's just as easy as filling out their application. They'll send you a download link. You download their trading platform, and you're good to go. All right, now in this case, what did we decide? We're going to go out and buy a lot of the Great British Pound, one lot. So what do? We come over here, and we're going to click on the button that says buy. It's just this simple. Watch. When I click on that, boom, my order ticket pops up. Okay, my order ticket's popped up, and now what do I want to do? I want to buy the currency. I want to fill out my order ticket. I want to buy one lot, $100,000 worth, and then I'm going to hit submit. As soon as I do, a couple different things happen. Watch this. When I hit submit, my order gets executed, okay? And it's just after 5, so it is what it is. Some of the bid to ask prices right at 5 o'clock are a little funky because the market is resetting at the end of the business day, and that's fine. We'll just go through this as an example so you can see it. But my order's been executed. I got a marker that shows it right here, and of course I've got the pound, one full lot, and I've paid my spread to get into the position, okay? It's actually just that simple. Mechanically, there's not much to it, all right? I've actually done my first trade. So what are we going to do at this point? Let's just put it off to the side for a minute so I can explain exactly what you did, all right? You bought one lot of the currency. You bought one lot of the Great British Pound, okay? You had $2,000 in the position. Your broker matched that 50 to 1. There's your lot. Now, let's say, for example, this trade works out while you're in it, all right? And it goes to your advantage. Let's just say the pound, this is a hypothetical, goes up 60 pips while you're in the position. Well, there they are, right? The third and the fourth decimal place. Well, how much do you stand to make if this thing goes 60 pips in your favor? You just do the math. One lot times 60 pips. On your $2,000 investment, you'd be looking to make $600. Of course, that's not too bad. That's a good-looking number. All right, but here's the point I need to make. All right, it's about those pips. How much are they worth? All you need to do here is the math. If you made $600 and it took you 60 pips to do it, what you know is that each of those pips is worth $10. You probably want to jot that down. That's the most important piece of information on the screen. All right, and I know what some of you are thinking. All right, each pip is worth $10, but how often does that happen, right? All the webinar guys, they can throw the big numbers up on the screen, but how often can you make $600 on a $2,000 investment? It's a good question. Here's the answer, all right? That sort of move happens in every currency every day, right? In fact, this is the average daily opportunity, right, the range in every currency every day, and it's a whole lot more than 60 pips, all right? On each of the currencies, it's about double that. Right, on the euro, 135. I mean, you can read it down the page. There's thousands of pips available every day. What's the point I'm trying to make? You don't have to get all of these to make serious money in the Forex. You don't even have to get one. What I'm trying to tell you is if you get half of one of these, you're making $600, okay? Using $2,000 in trading capital, that's not bad. That'd be $3,000 a week, okay? And if you're brand new, you might think, okay, I don't know if I could get 60. Maybe I could get half of that. Fine. If you can get 30 pips a day, 30, all right? 30 pips is still $300 because it's $10 a pip. That'd be $1,500 a week, all right? I'm going to show you that if I can get you 10 pips, all right, 10 pips a day would be $100, right? Let me just get you 500 a week doing this part, and once you start to develop the skill where you see that that's replicable, then pretty soon you'll be able to do the math however you want to do it. All right, so I want to show you 10 pips a day if I can, and anything else we'll call gravy. But I think you're going to see some of the gravy as I go forward. Now, mechanically, it was easy for you to do your first trade, but I want you to understand, all right, not one bit of what we do around here is guesswork. We can't go dropping guarantees for stuff, right, if it's all about guesswork, and it's not. Everything we do follows a plan. Anytime you follow one of our traders, all right, we're going to be following a plan. Now, if you're a new person, all right, the simplest plan you're going to follow is this. Right, you're gonna try not to outsmart the trader that you're working with. That's a good start. But then what are you going to do? You're just going to trade smart. Right? What does Peter do? He buys his currency, but then he sets a floor underneath it so that if the thing falls out of bed, he doesn't get buried. That's a good thing to do. Right? Now, in this particular example, what did he say? Look, I'm willing to take this trade, but I'm not willing to risk my whole account. I'm only willing to risk 10 pips. So in this case, okay, he's built a floor under his trade, so he's totally limited his risk, and he does that right off the bat. I don't think that's unfamiliar to most of you. All right, what's the other thing he does? He sets a target above the market. What he's really doing is this. He's automating his positions, so he doesn't have to sit there and babysit them. And because the market, listen, is open round the clock, because this market trades through every price, when he sets his stops and limits, all this happens automatically. All right, people want to know about slippage and this and that. Listen, when you set your stop, it trades through every price. It's liquid through every price. So the fact of the matter is, if it goes down 10 pips, you're out at 10 pips. If it goes up 80 pips, you're out. There's nothing left to do at that point except maybe go do something else. Right? You're not going to tie yourself to the computer when you do this. Now, in this example, how did we do it? Took him to the limit. Okay, he made himself 80 pips, $800, and that was the end of it. Now he's looking for the next trade. So if that part made sense to you, good. What I need to know from you right now is this, because again, I've been talking about 6 or 7 minutes and I haven't checked in with you. I just need to know if that risk ratio sounds like something you might do. If somebody knew how to make money in trading the Forex and said to you, look, I know you're new, but we're going to go do a trade on the pound. We're going to risk 10 pips to make $800. Do you think that's a trade you would take? If it is, do me a favor. Can you type a yes in the chat box so I know you're with me, right? And if you're not sure, type not sure. You know what that means? You need more information, and it's fine, okay? But I just want to know what your thoughts are on that. Would you risk 10 pips, do you think, to make $800? Go ahead, type your answer. Right? Mark, Dave, 1 to 8 seems steep. Right, but Joaquin, if you could risk 1 to make 8, that might be one that you take, right? All right, maybe you need more information. Some of you say yes, yes, sir, yes, sir. Glad it's night in the pips. You're funny, Brian. You didn't date yourself at all. All right, so that's a bunch of you, but it's not everybody. Why? Because you haven't seen enough info yet, and it's fine. All right, I'll keep going with you, but what I want to make sure you do first is this. I want to make sure if this made sense to you that you're doing it every time you trade. Want to see how simple it is? In a Forex trading account, look, your trade is on, but down here, all of this is risk right now. I got to have you build a floor underneath it. Plus, you don't have a target. You got to have a place to go. Watch how easy it is to do this. All I need to do is click on it and click Modify. All right, when I do that, I click on stop loss. Now I'm in at 133.46. Okay, I don't want to risk too much on this trade while we're together. So how about this? Let's just risk 10 pips. All right, 133.36. Now what would I like to make while we're together? How about we make $200? Right, that would be a good way to spend an hour. What do you think? All right, so let's do that. We'll risk 10 pips to make $200 while we're here for the next hour. All I got to do is hit submit. The minute I do that, the instant I do that, I got a floor and I've got a place to go. All right, now let me put that on the 1 minute chart so you can see that a little more boldly. You see it? That's where you are. Your floor is built, and now you got a place to go. Now what is there left to do? Just set it off to the side. There's nothing left to do. Now some of you might say, well, that stop might be a little tight. Okay, watch how easy I can modify it. I just click on it. I can move it around. I don't have to fill out a fresh order ticket. I don't have to do cancel replace. All I need to do is move that. It'll happen automatically. Same thing with my upside. I can move it as much as I want. Okay, I can set a trailing stop. I can do any number of things, and it's all point and click. There's no extra tickets to fill out. It happens automatically. And here's another one. If one of these is executed, okay, the other side cancels itself. So I can't go leaving a floating open order out there by accident. All right, too many times traders' clerical errors are the biggest errors that they make. All that is taken care of when you have a platform like this. And I'll tell you what, I don't like putting that stop too low. I'm going to tighten it up right to there. All right, and let's see how that trade does. We're going to put that off to the side. And I want to go live in the market, but I want to do it teaching you a formula. All right, mechanically, what I just showed you, I know you can do. Okay, but if I'm going to get you into this market, you have to understand the formula that we trade and how I can back it up with that 1,600 pip guarantee. But let's talk about pips for a second. Okay, because I've been showing you trades that take $2,000 of your capital. Okay, 50 to 1 leverage, you've been trading lots, and that means each of the pips is worth $10. But I do remember saying you could start with $200, and that's true. If you do, though, you're not going to trade lots. You're going to trade something smaller called a mini lot. Write that down. Okay, you're still going to get 50 to 1 leverage, but now the pips are going to be worth $1. Why do I show you that? Because I'm going to bet that this is where most of you get started if you haven't done Forex already, because it's a sensible way to do things. You dip your toe in the water, you make sure you know what you're doing. If you blow it, you only lose $200 as opposed to $2 grand. Okay, I get it. But if I can show you how to make money on $200, then it's just going to be a matter of you doing the math to decide what you want to do going forward. Lots, mini lots, or somewhere in between. Fair enough? All right, let's get the ball rolling. I'm going to use this piece of software I've been telling you about, okay? You're going to have this downloaded on your desk. When we break, I'll get you a download link so you can test all this out. For now, what I want to do is show you what all the buttons do, all right? We created this program ourselves. One of the things that's beautiful about it is all the automation. My experienced traders will love that, okay? But for my new people, you'll just see how easy it is, how intuitive it is to use. All right, we got $1 million invested in this program. Very proud of it. All right, let me show you what 22 years looks like. You can do this. All right, we're going to look at the euro. We'll keep looking at it. The euro on the 1 month chart. Okay, what do we have to figure out when we're looking at a chart? Well, if we're going to be trading, we got to figure out which way the market's going, obviously, and figure out where we're getting in and out. All right, here's what you need to know about the Forex. Forex market does the same things over and over and over again. It's unlike any other market, okay, because it develops patterns that continuously repeat. And you'll see how it works in just a second. But we're going to read these patterns using these candlesticks, these blue and white things. Blue ones, market's going down, right? White ones, market's going up. Those candlesticks are going to be a reflection of price over time. And we're going to be able to read the patterns using those candlesticks. Now, what do we notice first? Market's never going straight up or straight down. It moves in waves, okay? Sometimes it's going up, sometimes it's going down. Nothing new there. Here's what I want to do. I want to isolate one of these patterns. I want to call it A, B, C, D. Write that in your notes. All right, where you start at a low price, we'll call it A, and there's a bunch of energy in the market that moves it to this high price B before what happens? Before you see that the market runs out of energy, right? That's where a retracement occurs, right? Market kind of pulls back a little bit. There's some energy, potential energy building up in the market up to point C, and what happens? Market ends up moving here to price D. So A, B, C, D, that's the pattern I want to look at. Okay, let me ask you a question. Now listen carefully, because this is going to be the basis for my whole talk with you. Okay, if there was a tool that could measure the amount of energy in the market that carried it from point A to point B, all right, and that same tool could measure the amount of energy building up in the market, right, from point B to point C, so that this tool, right, before it happened, could tell you not just which way the market was going next, but how far. Do you think that would be a valuable tool? Let me ask you that question again, because I want you to type your answer, okay? We're going to have some fun with this. If there was a tool that could measure the amount of energy in the market that carried it from point A to point B, and the same tool could measure the amount of energy building up in the market from B to C, so that the tool could tell you not just which way the market was going next, but how far. Do you think that would be a valuable tool? If you do me a favor, type yes in the box, would you? It's not a trick question. I mean, I wouldn't make a fool out of you. We don't have time for that, okay? I just want to know if you think that would be a valuable tool. Seems pretty good, right? Sure, right? Okay, guess what? There is such a tool. Some of you have heard of this tool. I'm going to tell you what it is. It's called the Fibonacci sequence. Please write that in your notes if you haven't already. Fibonacci sequence, also known as the Fibonacci golden ratio. Now, who's Fibonacci? All right, long story short, he's an Italian mathematician. You can look him up on Google after we break, read about some of his things. They are absolutely fascinating. What we're concerned about here is something that he invented called the Fibonacci sequence. It's a numbering system, okay, that measures everything in nature. In fact, they call it nature's numbering system. This numerical sequence can measure everything, even hard stuff to measure, like the number of scales on a fish. It can measure the number of petals on a sunflower, okay? We use it to measure the human body, how tall you are, right? Symmetry, how long your arms and legs are, okay? We use the Fibonacci sequence to measure everything in nature, and this is all about patterns and energy, okay? Well, the chief said to himself, wait a second, that Forex market is all patterns and energy. So if we can apply that Fibonacci sequence here, that could be the difference. That could be the key to us making money in this market. And here's what you need to know. The Fibonacci sequence is a part of our software, okay? And as a matter of fact, the only thing you're going to be required to know how to do in order to apply it, right, is be able to connect a couple of points. All right, let's say you find a low price, we'll call it A, and a high price B. All you're going to have to do is connect those 2 points, do a little click and drag. Once you do, okay, what's going to appear automatically on your screen is the Fibonacci sequence, right? And it's color coded, it looks like a step ladder. You see it right here, right? If you can simply identify points A and B, okay, and connect those 2 lines, the Fibonacci sequence will appear automatically. Now, here's what you need to know about it. Should the market, right, go from point B, right, and run out of gas, take a break down in this direction, okay? Let's say it comes down to this point before making a U-turn. Well, you'll be able to spot that U-turn. It just looks like the letter U. What you're going to understand is this. The very bottom of that U-turn is what we're going to call point C. And you can see here where the low price, right, the very bottom of that U-turn, lines up exactly with this Fibonacci level, okay? The Fibonacci energy level. It's right here. You see that it's that red line, okay? That Fibonacci energy level is very important. I also call it a trampoline. You're going to see why. Because here's what I know. When the market dips down to that price and then bounces, I know not just how far it's going, right, or which direction it's going. I know how far. I know it's going to bounce and go up. And I know it's going up to this point. Well, how do you know that? Because it's color-coded. You see where the trampoline is red? I know that it's going up to the red line. And you're like, no, 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 no. Don't tell me it's color-coded. How do you know the market's going up? It's a good question. It's the first question I asked, right? It's because I know that this works. And when you see this work, okay, just hang with me on this. Let me get the mechanics of it first, and then I'll show it to you. And if you decide that it holds water, okay, then you can go ahead and bring the thing home and test it out for yourself. Okay, but this is kind of a big deal. Here's what I know. We dipped down to that point C. It bounced off a red trampoline. We're going up to that red level. That's going to be my future price. Now, had the market dipped lower, okay, had the market gone from point B and dipped lower before it made its U-turn, let's say it came down to here, and that was my point C. I would see that that lines up with this blue trampoline. What does that mean? That means I know the market's going up, but it's only going to be going up to here, okay? Blue to blue. I know that because it's color-coded. And it's the same thing here. If the market dipped even lower before making a U-turn down to this green trampoline, it would only rise to this green level. So what do I have? Red to red, blue to blue, green to green. Simple, all right? What we actually have is the market coming down to this point. I found point C. It's at this red energy level. So what I know is this. The market's going up to this price. All right? It's going to this price, this future D. And if this holds water, listen, what it means is from where I am right now at this point, all the way up to there, that represents my profit opportunity. Okay? If I'm at $1.27 and my future price is right here at $1.60, okay? That means what? My profit opportunity is 3,300 pips. $10 a pip, that's 33 grand. Now listen, that's on a one-lot trade, okay? 2,000 invested, I'm looking at 33 grand return. Now, When I first saw this, I said, you might as well show it to me. I mean, I'm still listening at this point. You know why? Because if anybody tells me they can get me 17-fold on my money, I at least have to hear them out. All right, I'll humor them with a little audience. Show it to me. That's all I said. And when I saw it revealed, listen, this is what really helped me to understand. Not only did the market go right to that future D price, okay, not only did it cover all 3,300 of those pips, but as soon as it got there, the market changed direction. Look at the candles. They went from white to blue. As soon as it got there, the market ran out of gas. That Fibonacci sequence completed. Now guess what happens? It's starting another sequence. And here's what you need to know. Okay, this Fibonacci thing, it works in this market because this market does this same thing over and over and over again. And not just in the euro on the 1-month chart. This works on all the currencies and in all the time frames. Totally measurable, totally repeatable, all right? Best part is it's predictable. And it's one thing for me to show it to you, right, on a still photo, but it's another to go live in the market to show this to you, so now I'm gonna. All right, I've got to show you a formula that you can apply this to turn it into a money-making enterprise, as opposed to it just being good conversation, okay? So I'm going to go live and show this to you. I'm going to show you the formula. You're going to learn 3 charts to do it, monthly, daily, and 2-hour, okay? Once I give you that, I'll show you 3 ways to make money with it. Either doing it yourself, you'll be ready to do it by the time I'm done with you, all right? If you want some help, you want to come trade with us, you can do that too. And if you're the type of person with limited time, you want to automate the whole thing, I'll show you how to do that. So we're going to go live in the market, all right? I just want to make sure that you're caught up on your notes. If you are, do me a favor, right? If you're ready to go live, type the word go, right? And I'll go ahead and go live. What I really need to do in this couple of seconds, though, is get a sip of water, because now's where the fun starts. Guys ready? Some of you, go, 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 go. All right, let's do it. All right, 3 charts, gang. I'm going to show this to you right now. It is fascinating. I was fascinated when I first saw this. Just don't think it's going to be too complicated, all right? People that make stuff complicated are trying to impress you. I don't need to impress you. I want to make some money for you, all right? There, 1 month, 1 day, 2-hour, okay? Let's go to the 1 month first. I want to show this to you because what I've done here is I've just marked this up with a couple of A's and B's, all right? This is something you're going to be used to doing too. You're going to be looking for high prices and low prices, right? You're going to be looking for different waves of energy in the market. And what I'm going to tell you is this. You're going to use the monthly chart to find your direction. Do me a favor, write that in your notes. Monthly equals direction, okay? But the first thing I want to do is this. I want to come all the way back here for a minute because I got something I want to show you. Okay, I want to show you the euro, and I'm going to take you back 20 years because this is a point that I need to make. All I've done here is identified a high price and a low price. You see this A and B. Okay, I identified those easily because I'm going to be looking all the time for U-turns. This is something that most of you can spot, right? U-turns on a chart, they look like the letter U. Sometimes you get U-turns going up. Sometimes you get U-turns, right, going the other way. Right, so you'll be able to spot those so you can mark your A's and B's. Watch what I do. I'm going to use that Fibonacci tool that I was telling you about. And I'm going to come up here to where it says MTI, right, Market Traders Institute, Fibonacci retracement. Once I click that, all right, this little pen appears. Here's how easy this is. You're just going to connect the high price and the low price. As soon as you do, those energy bands appear. Okay, they appear automatically. You just connect the high price and the low price, as I've done right here. Great. Now, what's happened? Well, once I connected the high price and the low price, I see that when we got to this point, that negative push stopped, and the market started to retrace. And it actually retraced all the way up to here, this point, before what? Before it keeled over and started going this way. So I'm going to mark that point, letter C. A, high price. B, low price. C, high price. And what I want to show you is this. What happened here is the market came up to this letter C before it started moving in the other direction. Well, that letter C, look, corresponds with this red Fibonacci level, this energy level, okay? When it hits that energy level, that trampoline, what do I know? Well, I know that if this thing holds water, right, I know which way the market's going. It's going to bounce from that energy level, and it's going to go down, okay? How far is it going to go down? Same thing. If this works, it's going down to this red level. all right, it's going down to this red level. And I can tell that before it happens. Now, at the moment, I've recognized this, right? I've recognized my U-turn. I've identified C. And I can see that between here and here, where it is and where it's supposedly going, right? It's a pretty significant amount of space. What am I priced at right now? About $1.04. Where am I supposedly going? To about 83 cents. Well, that's a difference, gang, of 2,100 pips, all right? $10 a pip, what are we talking about here? $21,000 on a $2,000 investment. All right, somebody wants to show me how to make tenfold on my money. I got to hear them out. I got to see if it works. Well, when I come forward in time, what do I notice? The market doesn't go straight up or straight down, but it maintains that negative trajectory. Okay, lower highs, lower lows until when? Until it comes down to this point and it U-turns. Do you see that? Right here, the market's found an inflection point and it's U-turn, and I can spot it. There it is. What do I know? I know that, hold on, this point marks a U-turn, so I've got to give it the next letter in my sequence. I got A, B, C, so that's got to be what? That's got to be D. Okay, there it is. A, B, C, D. Now, I know that my sequence has been completed. And I want you to see something. Look where D is. It corresponds with the red energy level. As a matter of fact, it came down to that level exactly. And what happened? We ran out of energy. We completed the sequence. And now we're going to start a new sequence. How do I know? We start a new sequence, gang, because there's no such thing as a break in energy. Energy is fluid and consistent. This might be a little bit of a weird conversation for you, those of you that are looking for the statistical analysis. But I'm here to tell you this is about energy, okay? And it's that continuous energy that develops these patterns. That is why Fibonacci's work. Okay, now I need you to understand that we've completed that sequence A, B, C, D, and now we've started a new pattern. Well, what you need to know is the end of that old sequence is actually going to become the beginning of the new one. So the D turns into the A. Okay, the D has turned into A. We've ended one, we've begun another. Then what happens? Market goes up and it U-turns. Right there it U-turned and we found a high price. We found a high price, guess what we're going to call that? B. And once we find A and B, all we do is repeat ourselves. We come back up here to the Fibonacci retracement tool. We connect our low price and our high price, and we wait for what? The next U-turn to appear. Now, does one occur? Sure, right there. You see it? There's my U-turn. Well, what do I notice? I've come down from B down to this level, this green level, and then I've made my U-turn. So if this thing works, what do I know? If this holds water, if this isn't a parlor trick that only worked once and it's really neat, but if it continues to work, that means I'm going from green to green, okay? Green to green. Now, where am I priced right now? I'm at 91 cents. Where's this? 98.50. So that means that the difference is 750 pips. That would be $7,500. Okay, so it's not 20,000, but it's still not chicken feed. Does the thing work? Let's find out. We go forward in time again, right? Nothing goes straight up. We still maintain our upward trend because we have what here, right? Higher lows. We end up doing what? We end up pushing right to that green energy level, right? And then what happens almost immediately? We change direction again. A, B, C, D, just like before, but in the opposite and continuous direction. What did it mean to you if you traded this? Well, you ended up making $7 grand on your $2,000 investment. What happens next, right? We do it again. And that's what I wanted to see the first time I saw this. By this time, I was on the edge of my chair because I'm like, hold on a second. If that works and continues to work, this is it. Right? If you understand what I've been saying so far, do me a favor, type A, B, C, D in the chat box. Okay, I feel like I'm doing pretty good here teaching you, but I got to make sure you're on the train. I can't have you running behind the train trying to hang on to your hat, because then I don't want to leave you behind. You got this? You got this? A, B, C, D. You with it? Good. All right, then, and some of you said, I think so. Let me just do it again so you can see it. All right, I'll do it one more time. Because the fact of the matter is, this, gang, is another Fibonacci sequence, right? Low price, high price. Here, hang on a second. Low price to high price. What happens, right? The market dips down to this red energy level, right? Low price to high price, A to B. We come down to C. So where are we going? You already figured it out. Red to red. Now, we're priced at 107. We're going to 113. That's 600 pips if it works. Well, it did work. Now we start a new sequence, and we continue to do this over and over and over again. And when you get this home, I want you to understand something, okay? You do not have to be an expert in drawing Fibonacci levels, because there's actually a tool that's built into this that makes the whole thing real easy. Watch this. Let me clean this up for a second. All right, let me just get rid of all the fancy colors, clean this up for a second, and show you what you're going to do, all right, when you get this on your desk. Because there's a tool up here underneath our logo, right, called it's a proprietary tool. We call it the Smart Fibonacci, okay? This is really what sets this apart from anything else. When you click on that, you don't have to draw lines. You just got to find the lowest price. Click on it once, boom, all the sequences appear. So you can see this thing in order. Okay, now I did this one here, okay, then we did this one, then we did this one, then we did this one. So we got this 4 times in a row. Let's do the 5th one just so you can really see the power of it. Here's A, low price. Here's B, high price. What happens? We run out of gas here, and we end up coming down here to this low price. We already know what we call that. Once you identify the U-turn, right, you just give it the next letter, A, B, C. We've come down to this red level. So what does it mean? That means we're going up, and it means we're going up to this red level. Well, that's a 154, okay, 154. Now, if I'm sitting here and I recognize this at 144, well, that's 1,000 pips waiting for me. That's $10,000 if this works. Now, it's worked from here to here, because I showed you that already, right? I showed you that from here to here, A to B to C, and then all the way to D. So it worked then. Then it worked here, then it worked here, then it worked here, then it worked. I got a question for you. All right, I've just shown this works for 13 years in a row. Okay, 13 years this has worked. So I got a question. At this point, are you ready maybe to risk $2,000 to make 10 grand? What do you think? If you are, type yes in the chat box. I'm not going to reveal it yet, but I've given you 13 years with this. Right, of back test to see if this thing applies in the Forex market. What do you think? Would you be ready to take this trade? I'll make it easy. Just do the mini lot. Risk $200 to make yourself 1,000. Would you do that? And let's see. If you said yes, right, I'm going to reveal this right now. A bunch of you said, yeah, I would do that. Somebody's like, maybe, but not my first trade. Well, then you just left 10,000 on the table. All right. You got to think, why would the webinar guys show you this if it wasn't going to happen? There it is, all right? And you bet I'm having fun with this because I know that this works, all right? And the fact of the matter is, as soon as it got to that point, what happened? Of course it fell out of bed. Why? Because the sequence ended and a new energy sequence began, okay? So this is what you need to understand as the foundation of our company. And I didn't show this back to 1994 for no reason. I showed you that because that's when our company started. And we've built our business on this for the past 22 years, okay? And what I need you to understand now is you know what you need to know in order to be able to put all this together and make some money with it, all right? What do you need to know when it comes to the monthly chart? Let's go for it now, okay? Because now you've got the knowledge. Now it's a matter of taking the knowledge and doing something. We're going to look for the monthly direction, okay? Monthly direction. Now, some people say, well, it's easy to find the direction. You just draw yourself a trend line, right? Hold on. You draw yourself a trend line, and you'll know what it is. There, that's a good trend line, and you're right. So the direction is down. Wrong. The trend is down. But we're not looking for the trend, gang. We are looking for the energy to find our direction. You have to understand, okay? Just as it worked to the upside, right? We're on a new energy sequence. Guess what? There's my AB, okay? AB, C, up to where? Blue line, right? Down here, blue line. A, B, C, D. Did you see that? Let me show it to you again. A to B, to C, right? So where are we going? We're going down to the blue line, D, and guess what? Went right down to it, okay? So we've got one of those sequences. It continues to work and continues to work, and when you get this home, all you're gonna have to do is press the auto buttons, and you'll see it continue to work, okay? Worked again right here. This is the sequence we are on right now. This red A, this red B, high price, low price, okay? What are we looking for now? We are looking for C, but we haven't found it yet. We've got our U-turn right here, but we haven't reached a Fibonacci level yet. And it's going to reach one of these Fibonacci levels, right, before it does anything else. So might it come up to this point? Sure. Might it come up to this point? Yeah. How about up to here? Look, that's my best guess, is it's going to be going to that level because it's a Fibonacci level and it corresponds with the trend line. But there's no guesswork involved here because there doesn't need to be. The only thing I need to know is which way I'm going. And right now, because I am searching for C, I'm looking for C, I know that I'm going up to find it. So my monthly direction is up. And if you got that, if you can understand that, you're ready to go to the next level. You're 90% of the way there, all right? Hang with me. I know I'm giving you a lot quickly, all right? But the fact is you are so close. I just need you to understand if you knew how I found that. The monthly direction's up because we're looking for the energy. We're on the BC leg, and we're waiting to hit one of these Fibonacci levels. So the only thing I had to figure out was my monthly direction. If you have that, type up in the chat box. Up in the chat box. Having some fun now. Okay? Good? Good? Let's check out some results on the shorter time frames, please. Brian, you got it. I'm doing it right now. All right? Here we go. We got our monthly direction. Now we go to the day chart. Okay? We've got to go to the day chart and bring this alive. We're not going to do much different at all. The Fibonacci's work here too. Watch this. I'll bring this alive for you because we got to use the daily chart to confirm what we found on the monthly chart. What do you remember? Monthly direction's up. So now we got to confirm, right, if this is an upward energy band, if it's the right time to trade it. So what am I going to do? First thing I'm going to do is draw a trend line, right? Why? Well, because it helps to tell the story of the currency. Now that's a good trend line. How do I know? Going all the way back to September of 2014, it's a great trend line, right? At first, it acts like a ceiling. Every time, right, this currency approaches this trend line, this downward trend line, look, it acts like a ceiling, right? Until when? Until right here. Until we break through the ceiling, right? Once we do, the trend line's still good, but now it's acting like a floor, okay? Acting like a floor. You can see it right here, all right? Awesome trend line, okay? And what happens here? At this point that I marked letter A, we bounced off the floor. So what do you need to know from this? Gang, we used to be in the sell zone. This side of this trend line is the sell zone. We're below the ceiling, right? But once we broke through it, right, now we're above the floor. Now we're in the buy zone. So what have I just done? I've confirmed, right, my monthly direction. We're in the buy zone. I just confirmed it. So now my daily chart has done its job for the most part. But now I got to use it for one other reason, everybody's favorite, dollars. Write that down, daily for dollars, okay? Watch this. This is how I'm going to use this when it comes to dollars. All I'm going to do is drag it forward, right, so I can magnify this a little bit for you. Same chart, okay? This is real time right over here. Fact of the matter is, I'm going to use this to tell my story of dollars right now. Let me just use my auto fib so you can see it happen automatically. Just come down here, find the lowest price, boom. You see that the Fibonacci's appear on the daily chart, okay? Daily chart, same currency, but look, totally accurate. I love it. Watch this. Here's my first sequence, right? There's A, there's B, low to high. What happened? We came down to C, red level. See it? Red level. So where are we going? You already know. We're going from red to red. See that? Red level. Where'd we end up? Red. And what happened? As soon as it got there, new sequence. A, B, C, D, right? Did the second one work? Of course. Here, A, B, right? Low price, high price. What happened with this one? Now, a little bit of a deeper drop, right? A little bit of a deeper retracement down here to the blue line, okay? So what does it mean? That means we're only going up from blue to blue. Where'd we go? right to blue, and that was it. And we started a new sequence. So this works. You saw it work on the month. Now you're seeing it work on the day. This is the key to doing all this, gang. All right, and where are we now? This is the sequence that we're in. A to B, we've dipped down to C, right? There it is, down to C. Now where's that? That's here at the green energy level, the green level, okay? What does it mean? Well, we're going green, hold on, green to green. It's not a surprise that it lines up with the energy level, okay? That's how this works. And the fact is, if we're going to be going from green to green, we're looking at going to 117.59 from 110.67. Gang, that's about 700 pips, okay? 700 pips, and this is in the here and now, right? Times $10 a pip, what are we looking at? 7 grand? What does that get you, right? A decent used car for your college kid to take to school, right? Braces, whatever $7,000 does for you. It solves 6 of your problems that are on your to-do list, and you still got money left over to take out your spouse. Let me show you how you make the 7,000, right? But at this point, there's nothing left to do except go trade it. Now, you got 3 different ways you can do that, okay? 3 different ways, and I told you what they are. You can manually trade this, you can do it with us, or you can do it automatic, all right? I'm going to show you the one that I know you trader types want to do the most. Let me show you how to do this manually. Here, write this down. All right, I'll show you how to do it manually. You got to write this down. It's called ABC 1, 2, 3. Please write that down, because I'm going to get this software on your desk today, okay? All the tools that I'm showing you are going to be included. You'll be able to automate this whole thing, right? If you haven't memorized everything I've told you so far, there's one button in here that'll link you to everything I'm teaching you, so you'll have it right at your fingertips. And so you know you're not wasting your time, okay? Normally this is $249 a month. I'm going to get this on your desk today for free for 2 months so you can try it out, test it out, make sure it works for you, okay? I want you to be able to use this. I want you to take this forward from here. So what I'm going to show you right now is how you use it exactly so you can do this yourself. Manual trading, it's called the 1, 2, 3 buy and sell. Write that in your notes, okay? 1, 2, 3 buy and sell, okay? Here, check it out. And I've got a question from somebody. Has this ever been invalidated? Since you've been doing this so long, you must be very successful. I am. They actually trust me to talk to everybody about it. Chris, I've been trading a long time. There's different ways that you can go about things in different markets. But when it comes to smoothness, when it comes to clarity, and when it comes to consistency, nobody could beat what they showed me as having a 22-year consistent energy pattern on a currency. They didn't make it up, all right? I was fascinated by it when I first saw it, and I just kept saying, do it again, do it again, do it again. And every time they showed it to me, even if they picked a different currency, look, this is the Australian, okay? And I get the point that you're making. Right? It can't just work some of the time, most of the time, this and that. It's got to work, or else it's not a formula. It's got to work, or else it's got a hole, right? But when I see this, okay, and they show me, look, we'll go back here to 2002. Just pick the low price and the high price. There it is, A to B. Dips down to red. Where are we going? Red. Where did we go? Red. And then we have a new energy level. That can't be a mistake. Do you understand what I'm saying? That can't be an error of some kind. If I can just pick a currency and no matter what I show you, it goes the same way. So now what I say to myself is, I got 22 years they showed me on the euro, right? I just took you back another 15 years on the Australian. Well, that means that if I can see an A and a B on the Australian, right, and I understand how these things work, now I can put myself in a position to make some dough. Right? Do I have to pony up a little bit to make it? Sure. Now, what's the opportunity here? Well, if I'm at 73, I found C and I'm U-turning down here at the blue level, and it looks like we're going to 124. Well, that's 5,100 pips. Okay, 5,100 pips. Now, if I put 2,000 into that, do a one-lot trade, how much is that? 51 grand. Okay, not all the money in the world. All right, I'd need to do 20 of these just to get to $1 million. All right, but at the end of the day, with a one-lot trade, when I first saw this, all I had to say to myself was, I could put $2,000 in an account and try this. I got 25 in my trading account. I got another 25 in my futures account, right? I can spare $2,000 to see if this thing works. If it doesn't, what's the worst that happened? Okay, I got my stop orders in. What's the best that can happen? I can open this up for myself. And I get to tell this story, which is fun for me, okay? But now I got to show you how to go get it. And the fact of the matter is you need to see a very specific formation. It's called the 1-2-3 buy or the 1-2-3 sell, okay? And if you can hang with this, you're cooking with oil. You're done if I can show you this, all right? We've already confirmed on the monthly our direction is up. We already confirmed on the daily, okay, that the direction is up. We're in the buy zone. Now we go to the 2-hour chart to find a simple setup that's going to be your blinking light. It's going to yell at you, push the button, and it looks just like this, right? It's called the 1-2-3 buy. Now watch this. First thing I need to see, when I have an upward trend, okay, when I have an upward trend, you see this right here, upward trend, I want to see my currency, right? Even though my monthly energy's up, my daily energy's up, I want my currency to be moving down. Why? Because I want to buy it on sale. I want to see a bunch of the candles together in a sharply down direction, That's going to get me my currency on sale. Why would you want to do that? Look, we're trying to find a buy low price. Please write that down. Buy low, right? Buy low price. Well, it's going down. Wrong. It's gone down. I want to see a sharp move down on my 2-hour chart. It looks just like this. That's my first criteria out of 3. 1, 2, 3, that's 1. Okay? What do I want to see next? I want to see my candles change color. And I want to see them go from blue to white. But what's most important is I want the white one to be above the blue one in front of it. I want the white one, you can see it here, to be above the blue one in front of it, right? I want the candles to change color, and I want the white one to engulf the blue one in front of it. Now, why is this important? Just think of it like an elevator. Your elevator on your currency, your euro elevator, has come down to the first floor. That's not where you want to get on. You want to wait till it comes and picks you up on about the 2nd floor. You understand that? You're going to get on this elevator, but not while it's on its way down. You're going to get on it while it's on its way up. That's the best way it was explained to me. That worked for me. Okay? So I'm taking advantage of a low price, and now I'm taking advantage of momentum in the direction I want it to go in. Guess what, gang? That's step 2. Okay? So what's left? The only thing that's left, it's something everybody knows works, and of course we're going to add that here. It's our stochastic. Our step 3, write this down. You want to make sure your stochastic is in the buy zone. And this is where I just lost some of you because you're like, okay, there's the fancy trading terminology. Listen, all right, when it comes to stochastic, I can't give you the whole mathematical explanation. You can look that up when you look up Fibonacci a little later. It's fascinating stuff, and it's great. All right, what I know is this. The stochastic measures the buying and selling pressure in the currency I'm looking to trade. All right, and anytime down here, this study that I've added is the stochastic, right? And it's a graph, right? How did I add it? Let me show you that real quick. All right, you're going to need to do this when you get home anyway. I've added this study to the bottom of my chart by going over here to these little squiggly lines. As soon as I click on those, I'm going to open up my folder of indicators. There's over 100 of them built into the software. Okay, this comes fully loaded. When you get it home, mess with all of them. They're awesome. But for now, the one I want you to add just to this, all right, is down here at letter S, the stochastic RSI. As soon as you click on it, it's going to be added as an indicator, right, on your chart. What I want you to make sure of is this. When you add it, before you come down here and click on OK, I want to make sure that you click on these 2 buttons, the one that says overbought and oversold. Make sure there's a check mark in each of those boxes. Then click OK. At that point, this study will be on your chart. Okay? The only thing you need to know is this. When those squiggly lines are above, right, the number 80, are above here, okay, that, gang, means your currency is overbought and it's time to sell. Anytime it's below 20, that means your currency is oversold and it's time to buy. Okay, those of you that have been trading a while, you know the stochastic works. That's why I put it on here. That's why it's my third criteria. I've got a strong move down. I've got the candles changing color and the white one engulfing the blue one. Last thing I need to see is my stochastic in the buy zone. I need those squigglies to be below the number 20. And when they are, that offers me a trading opportunity. In other words, it's time for me to buy. What do I do immediately? You already know. Set my stop. Where? At the bottom of that candle. At the lowest point is where I'm going to set my stop. So now I'm trading with an understanding of my risk. What's my buy price? Let me look. I'm at 111.18. Where's my stop? 110.92. So I'm risking about $25 on this trade. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and risk what amounts to a scratch-off ticket at 7-Eleven to find out if this works. Now you saw it work right here. There's my buy. Okay, there's my buy right here. Now this didn't offer all the money in the world, right? But what was the opportunity from when I got in to that high price? About 64 pips, okay, in a day and a half. So that would be, you know, $64 if you're doing a mini lot, $640 if you're doing a standard lot. So you're not complaining at that point. You're making about 33% in a day. Okay, you see that setup yielded a positive result. Let's see if this one does too. All I'm going to do is take it forward in time. My favorite part of this 1, 2, 3 setup, please write it down, okay, is that almost immediately I get a white candle following it. This is the setup that I've used. And listen, you'll be able to test this. I can tell it to you. I can show it to you. Test this yourself, okay? This 1, 2, 3 setup is the most reliable that I have found to yielding me trades that are profitable quickly. And anytime, now this is important, okay? Now that you've seen this, we got to talk for a second. Because anytime I can get into a profitable position, anytime I'm in a net black position, all my decision making is good. What can I do? Take a profit. Nobody ever went broke doing that. Take half off the table, let the other half run. I can do that too very easily. Raise my stop to break even. Now I've got a risk-free trade. Anytime I can get my fanny into profits quickly, all the decisions are good. Okay, and if I've got an indicator, if I've got a trading setup that yields, right, a high probability, well then all of a sudden I'm going to put myself in a position to be successful. Let me just show you how well this one works. All right, because here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3 setups over the past week and a half. All right, this one offered a profit opportunity. So did this one, so did this one. Okay, let's say I waited to do anything until this third time. I wanted to see it set up. I wanted to see it work a couple of times, so forth. It's this trade, gang, that was the most awesome because what did I have here? I had my candles change color. I had this white one above the one in front of it and engulfed that candle. I have my stochastic in the buy zone, and my very next candle was profitable. Now if I raise my stop to break even and let this trade run, things can happen pretty quickly. Okay, this was an awesome looking trade. Boom, even from my worst possible entry. Let's say I waited for a bar to get in. I was still looking at 200 pips, doubling my money in 2 days. That's why I like this setup. Okay, and if I didn't get that one, I still had another opportunity to get into it as well, and several more, and several more, and several more. Now let me take you through this so you understand. It doesn't work every time. This one here was a dud. See that? That was a perfectly good 1, 2, 3 setup. The very next candle was blue. That was a dud. That's why we set our stops. Okay, this one offered a nice profit. How much? 70 pips. How about this one? Sure. 154 pips, so that's 224. Okay, what about this one? 168, let's call that a grand total of 300 pips, and then this thing here, oh no, the Brexit. You know what the Brexit was, gang? A gorgeous opportunity. Because why? Because we came down huge on the day. Okay, we came down huge on the day, and then we had a reversal. And as soon as we had it, with the stochastic in the buy zone, I had opportunity to make money on the rebound. Okay, I don't sweat big movements. I just see them as buying opportunities, but I have to make sure I have my 1, 2, 3 setup. And if you understand what I just showed you, you can absolutely do this. If you've got it so far, type ABC 1, 2, 3. And if you want me to do one more example, let me do one more example. All right, then I'll show you the pound pairs and how we make serious money with this. All right, if you've got it so far, type ABC 1, 2, 3. And if you want to see one more example, I'm going to show it to you. All right. I don't have a good trade set up right now on the euro. That's a good question, because why? I don't have a strong move down, and I don't have my setup happening. But now that you know what you're looking for, it would only take you a couple of seconds to eliminate that from your thought process. You with me? ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC 1, 2, 3. I've got a Hummer, Chris. I know. And you want me to brag about the stuff that I own? I'd rather brag about my kids. All right, because at the end of the day, that's really the most important thing. When they look at me and say, Dad, can we get the Nikes? Can we get a GoPro? My birthday's coming up. I want to go to Aquatica or SeaWorld. I can say yes to them, and that's more important than my cufflinks or any of that other nonsense. All right, I've been doing this a long time, and we've all had our Porsches, and we've all had our, you know, our fancy suits and all this other stuff. I'm a little more mature now, so that is what it is. But I appreciate that you're asking about it, because you got goals. All right? The only thing you have to know about who's making the money is this. Go down to your local marina, and when you look at the back of the boats, look at the names. It's all these cheesy, tacky names, and it's all markets, right? Bull and Bear, right? You've seen this? The guy's going around, his boat says mutual fun or some stupid thing, right? You know who owns the boats? People that are trading. All right, this is what we do, and I'm not a genius. Trust me. Okay, it's a good thing I found people that knew what they were doing, or else I'd still be doing my old job. All right, my first job, I was a clerk on the floor. I was not a trader. I used to bring the traders coffee, and they used to stab me with their pencils. You understand this? I used to have to pick up their dry. I was making $200 a week trading. Okay, trading, I wasn't even doing that. I was clerking, punching timestamps on tickets. But a couple of guys that were making 10, 20, 50,000 a day, one day said to me, you, come here, keep your mouth shut, we're going to show this to you. And that's the day that changed my life. Listen, my first trade was 100 shares of Netscape. Do you know how I bought it? I had to scrape my rent money together. I was in the city. I was broke. But I knew I had to be doing this. And I'll never forget, I was sweating the first time I did a trade. You want to know why? Because this had to work. If it didn't work, I was going back to Buffalo with my tail between my legs. All right? It had to work. And the fact is, I had zero room for error. And if you have zero room for error, I get it. Okay? That's why I'm showing this to you, because this is not theoretical. This is happening. Okay, if I can show you the Australian, look, pretend this is on your computer screen, and here's my Australian, and all I got to do is figure out my direction on the monthly. Watch how quickly you can do it. You got A to B, right? Then you're coming down to C and U-turning. What does it mean? You're on this CD leg. It means your monthly direction is up, okay? That took you about 12 seconds now that you know how to do this. So what are you going to do now? You're going to do, right, this. I can do it by rote because I've done this so many times. I'm going to bring my day chart alive because I've got to confirm my direction. Come on, you can do this. Don't think that you can't, okay? Here, boom, there it is. That's a good-looking trend line. Why? Because it's super reliable. What did it used to be? A floor. What did it used to be? A floor. What did it used to be? A ceiling, a ceiling, a ceiling. Right? Now it's a floor, right? Now we've broken through, now we're a floor and we're bouncing off the floor. So what does it mean? We've gone from the sell zone into the buy zone. We just confirmed our direction. Now what do? On the Australian, we got to go find the dollars. Bring it forward. Joe, you do it like you've done it before. I have, thousands of times, okay? I go ahead and use my smart fib, find the low price, click on it. It's done for me. Does this work on the Australian? Of course it does. A, B, C, D. It worked. A, B, C, down to the blue line, D. It worked. Now I got an A, B. Look at this U-turn. It's gorgeous. It's at the blue trampoline. So where am I going, right? No, it's at the red one, red trampoline. We're going red to red. 73.83. We're looking for our future D at 79.75. You know what that means? 600 pips. 600 pips, $6,000. All right? No, I'm not going to buy a mansion with $6,000. Okay? But this is just another currency. This is just another example. Okay? And if you go ahead and place this trade, right, risking $2,000, you're looking to collect $6,000 off of it. Well, how are you going to do it? You can do it manually. You go to your 2-hour chart, you bring it up looking for 1, 2, 3s. Of course, I've highlighted them for you. Of course, I've done the ABs to show you that this also works on the 2-hour chart. The Fibonacci's work, gang. Look, A, B, C, right, down to the red, D, up to the red. A, B, C, down to the blue, up to the blue. It just continues to work. You just got to be there to take the trades. Okay? There's one, there's one, there's one. There's one, not much of one, actually a loss. There's one, that's a nice winner. There's one. There's Brexit. But look, opportunity. Here's another one, opportunity, right? A, B, C. So in a period of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, it's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. It's not heavy action. It's not day trading. But it is trading the formula. And you don't care what you're doing as long as you're making money with it. Now, I can tell you that this works. I can show you that it works, or you can test it and see if it works. I'm here to tell you we built our business for 22 years on this. And I'm excited about it because I know that it works. I keep showing it to you. But at this point, either you say to yourself, that works or it doesn't. Or you say, I'm not sure, but I sure as hell want to try it out. Well, how about this? Let me show you a second way that you can do it that's probably going to make a little bit more sense. All right, what I call guided trading. Because I want to trade with you, and I'd rather you trade with some people while you're learning the formula so that you know what you're doing. All right, we'll do a little heavy lifting. Let us kind of be the host, and we'll put 22 years of experience to work, and we'll trade the formula together. All right, we can trade this live every day. You log in to our trading room, username and password. We'll show you this in real time. Okay, entries, exits, risk, reward, using the formula. And then you decide if you want to take the trade or not. Right? All the work is basically done for you, but you're always in control. All right? Fun part is when you see it. Fun part is when you see the Fibonacci's before the move. The fun part is when we send you a note that says, hey, this trade's setting up. Okay, we did all the homework. Risk is 30. Rewards 175. Do you want to take it or not? Now it's up to you. And when you continue to see it work repeatedly, right, week after week, month after month, at some point you got to press the button. That's the only part we can't do for you. Okay? People want to poo-poo it. Oh, I see you made $50,000, but it took you a year. Right, on $2,000 invested. Okay? On one currency pair. I see that works, but I'm waiting for the jack-in-the-box to come out. Okay, trade a little smaller. Trade one mini lot. Put $200 at risk. If this holds water, okay, you make 1,000. And if I'm totally wrong, okay, you did one trade, cost you $200, it might have taken 10 minutes out of your life. Okay, so the risk part is pretty small, but the upside, man, for trying it out, I don't know. I might want to do that. I might want to trade with some people that have done this before. That's what I did. And when we get together and we do the trading and you're in the loop and we're having some fun doing it, and you can make $1,800, right, in about 18 hours, that's when the fun begins. And it's not going to take you long to do this, all right? These people here are no different than you. Came looking for the same thing, came to Investor Inspiration Workshop, they came to one of my other workshops that I host, right? They came looking how to turn this thing into a money exercise. You can see all this on our Facebook page, right? Some of you have already probably gone to it. These are people that trade with us. Anton, first week, 768 pips, right? 7 out of 10 winners, not bad, right? Dean, first time out, 275 pips. Now, if that's a mini account, he still doubled his money. Takes his original 200 off the table. Now his next trade is risk-free because he's trading with profit. You think that's going to be fun? All right? This is, gang, if only because I've done it before, I know that I want you to be like this. You know what Leon's pissed about? 1,300 pips on his mini account. You know what he's upset about? He even has the face. He wishes he was trading a standard account. He would have made 13 grand. So instead of thinking like he made 1,300, he feels like he left 10,000 on the table, right? That's actually a pretty good feeling when you start to see something that works, okay? And here's the other one, right? Hunter, I love him, right? This is amazing. This is unbelievable, right? He made himself what? 780 pips? That's serious money, right? Unbelievable. No, it's not. It's not unbelievable to us. All right, we've been doing this 22 years. I want you to be sending a note just like that one. All right, you've got a shot right now to make some serious money. What do I mean? The last time we saw anything like this in the currency market was when the Swiss franc overnight repegged their currency, okay? The currency fell out of bed just like the pound did in the Brexit, all right? And I want you to understand this, okay? In the next 39 days after that big crushing move where everybody said, oh, the sky is falling, right? It fell 3,000 pips in a day, almost identical to what's happening in the pound. Over the next 39 days, right, we were provided as traders with the best month of trading we'd seen in about 10 years. And this is what's happening on the pound right now. All right, there's 10,000 pips waiting on the pound pairs. Not one of them, all 6 of them. All right, and if you want to get into a trading room and kind of go get some of this, I'll give you a shot to do that tonight. Okay, I'll give you a shot to see tonight at 7 o'clock. Write that down with Josh Martinez. I'm gonna give you a shot to trade this stuff with him. He'll give you the entry points, the exit points in both directions. Now, what do I mean by this? He's going to give you scenarios in both directions, so you're absolutely prepared if the thing continues to the downside to make serious money, and if it should bounce to the upside, you'll be able to do that too. What am I saying? Hang with him for a couple hours just to see if this holds water, okay? And I'll back it up so you don't think you're wasting your time. I'll even back it up with a guarantee. But the only way you can be in that room is you got to make a decision to be in that room. Okay, so how about we do this? I got a session tonight with Josh. He's going to cover those 4 pairs tonight at 7. Okay, I've got a couple of hundred of you here. And if you say to yourself, you know what, I got to be in that session, because how often is a Brexit going to happen even in my lifetime? If that's how you're thinking, good. Okay, for the first 15 people that respond to this and get on this team, right, I'm going to give you an opportunity to trade live with him. I'll get you the download link, the username, the password, right? Market's open, so this is kind of a big deal. All right, if you want to be one of those 15 people, do me a favor. Give me a way to reach you so that when we break, okay, we can have that conversation. Get I's dotted, T's crossed, answer your questions, and then go ahead and get you in that trading room. All right? So for those of you that have limited time right now and you just want to get the ball kind of rolling, get into that session, all right, go ahead and put in a good phone number in the chat box so I can reach out to you. Good. Tim, Karen, Michael, Donovan, love it. Darren, you're doing it exactly right. All right, I got 8 spaces left, and I'm going to go ahead and just let you know that's going to be a big deal, okay? Get there and you decide if applying this on this pound thing is going to be a worthwhile way to use your time. Now, if you say, Joe, I'd like to be there, but I can't be, I got limited time, well, then there's a third way that you're going to make these pips, and you're not going to do it with our help live. And you're not going to do it yourself. You know what you're going to do? You're going to let the software do all this for you. Is there really a way to do that? Listen, I'm going to get your software to you tonight so you can mess with the Fibonacci's, okay? But I'm also going to send it loaded up, not just with the indicators, but with 3 auto trading systems. Give us just 2 sessions together to set this up, all right? It will auto trade the formula for you, all right? Get it on your desk. You back test it. I imagine that you'll want to, all right? See that it works, though, with your own 2 eyes. Then just turn it on, even on the most conservative setting, okay? You'll be able to participate in this Brexit follow-through, and you won't even have to be in the same room as your computer to do it. It is totally awesome, okay? You wonder why I'm excited about telling you this? There's 3 different ways to make the pips. One way or the other, it's all about getting them. It's all about results, all right? You just got to give yourself a chance and get started. So some of you are already typing questions. How much is it? How do I get started? Okay, some of you have done that. You put your phone number in the box, okay, and we're going to get your questions answered. All right, that's a conversation that I'm hoping is about a $10,000 or $20,000 conversation. All right, let's dot I's and cross T's, right, and let's go out and get some pips together. All right, I'm going to get you scheduled for a live training class so you have this formula in your back pocket, and then real soon, gang, we're going to be able to do number 6. All right, let's go out and do some trading. All right, this is what works. This is what we've been doing 22 years. This is kind of the success wheel. All right, I want you to practice, especially if you're new. I want you to trade, do it in a guided way. All right, get a little mentorship, follow our lead, and then keep going. All right, the best part of all this is we put it all together in a simple way for you. I'm going to get the software to you, of course. All right, I'm going to get the formula to you. It's built into the program. So if you didn't memorize it, one click away in the software, you'll be able to memorize it. All right, then let's get you down to some live trading sessions, and then I want you to come to a 2-day class this week. Write down the dates. All right, June 30th, July 1st, Thursday and Friday. We do these a couple times a month. All right, next one is Thursday and Friday. Major, major, major. All right, you're serious about this. Market's open. Let's going to trade it together for 2 days. All right, if we do that, you're going to absolutely be keyed in on exactly what to do, and you'll have this in your back pocket. All right, you'll have it committed to memory by Friday. You'll be able to capture the next 30 days of rebound on the pound. This is the whole point. I want you to be there for that. All right, I don't want you to mistake my enthusiasm for pressure, okay? But this train's coming. And in the next 39 days, if this is anything like the Swiss, this is major. This is massive. And I don't want you, come August, September, right, looking at yourself in the mirror going, I should have done something, okay? Give this thing a try, right? Once you have it, then we'll be there with you to trade with you every time you want to trade, step by step, 24 hours. We have what we call analyst on demand, whether you're in Adelaide or Brisbane or London or Toronto, right, St. Louis, Seattle, whatever. We'll trade with you around the clock. This is what we do, okay? And we are experts at it. We got a worldwide reputation for a reason, all right? I know this is what most of you have been looking for. The best part of all this is, all right, we are so confident that this works, this formula thing, this Fibonacci thing. We are so confident that this works that we guarantee it. Right, we guarantee it in 2 ways. Let me explain. I'm going to give you a chance to test drive this, not for 10 days. All right, I'm going to give you 60 days to take all this stuff, get it on your computer, learn it, put it to the test, come trade with us. All right, it's one thing to see it. It's one thing for me to show it to you. It's another thing for you to have it right on your desks, your own 2 eyes, right, with your spouse standing next to you, your trading partner, your brother-in-law, whoever you're trading with. Evaluate it together and do it for 60 days. Okay, at the end of that time, that's when you're going to make a final decision on this thing. Okay, you'll decide if you want to keep it or not. But here's the even better part. During that time, I'll guarantee results. What does that mean? It says it right on the screen. Not only are we going to guarantee that you'll have a chance to test drive it for 60 days, but in that 60 days time, okay, we guarantee that you're going to see us make 1,600 pips. And if we don't, okay, you're not going to owe us a thing. $10 a pip, that's 16 grand. Really? Look, we're confident. You just have to put it to the test and find out about it. All right? Now, how much is it? Let me get to that. There's a couple of different ways to get started. First one is you go to my website. Here's what you're going to find. All the different items at markettraders.com. Jot that down. You can go to my website and you'll see them all there. Right? Next to each of the items, the 2-day event, right? The charting software, the online, all of those different things have a value to them. And when you add up the value of all of them, you're talking about something that's got serious value. It comes out to about $16,000. And guess what? Worth every penny. I mean, what's a program worth that can get you $2,000 to $8,000 a month every month for the rest of your life, right? But here's the best part about coming to Investor Inspiration, okay? There's a way to save you some serious money today on this and give you a chance to get started. Let me just go through that. You decide what works best for you, all right? First and foremost, you can go to my website anytime you want, not just today. You can go anytime, all right, to markettraders.com, and you can get the program, all right, and all the pieces that go with it. And when you go there, we've bundled it. We call it the Ultimate Traders Package. And when you bundle, what happens? You just save time and money. That follows through here. You can actually get my program online, and it's not 16 grand, okay? When you go online to get it, you can get it 7 days a week, MasterCard, Visa, American Express for about half of that. That's online retail, okay? And that's fine. But here we do it different. Here, because it's investor inspiration, and here because you've spent this time with me, we want to give you full value for your time. Why? because it was valuable to you to learn something, but it's also valuable to us. Now that you know the terminology, now that you know how to use the program, now you're ready to hit the ground running, so now we can get going, okay? So this time was super valuable to you, but us too. We want to give you value for the time. So here's what we do. We take immediately $2,000 off the retail price for the program, meaning you can get started today for a one-time, lifetime investment, all right, of $5,995. It's an instant $2,000 savings, all right? It is world-class education, tools, and the team, all right? And you can test drive it all for 60 days before you have to make any final financial decision, okay? Plus, it comes with the 1,600 pip guarantee. Now, there's two ways to get started, all right? Option A, right, is what most of our students do. What do? They take advantage of the $2,000 in savings, right, and they just put it on a MasterCard, Visa, or American Express. It's fine, right? $59.95, and it comes with both layers of warranty, and I'm going to give you the charts for 2 months. Now, what's option B? Simple. It's a financing option, all right? Same warranty, but all you have to do here to kind of get the door open and reserve a spot is put a little bit down, all right? You'll reserve a spot, and then you stretch out the rest over time. All right, some people think of that as an easier way to get started. That's fine, right? Maybe you can't fit $6 grand on your Discover card. I get it. All right, for some people, they think of this as a pay-as-you-go type situation. However you want to look at it, there's a couple of ways you can get started. This is what they are, and you still get 2 months of the charts. All right, so at this point, you have my permission to enter your phone number and let me know the best way for you to get started. All right, one-time payment, that's option A. Right, just put a letter A next to your name. All right. If you say I got to get my foot in the door, right? Let me hear about a couple of customized plans. Fine, just put option B next to your name, and what'll happen is this: one of my teammates, one of my traders, one of my education specialists is going to call you. They'll reach out to you right now. Okay, so don't go leaving the phone. We'll get you started. It'll take 5 or 10 minutes. We'll get you your download link. We'll get you your username and password. We'll get that software right on your desk. We got to get you into Josh's session without a doubt. We also have to get you into your 2-day class this week. Now, if you can't make that, don't worry. They'll give you a couple of options where you just tell them the right time that you can make the 2-day class. But most important, okay, you'll also get the 60-day guarantee. And this is in writing. And here's exactly how this works, okay? We are so confident not only that this works, okay, but that it will work for you and that you can do it. That we'll say this: don't just try it out for 10 days or 15. We say use all of these tools, use the formula, and come trade with us for 60 days. At the end of that time, that's when you're going to have to make a decision on this, and it's going to be a real easy one. Okay, if it's everything that you expected, if it even works half as well as I showed you, you're going to think it's awesome. All right, if you say to yourself after 60 days, not only is this thing paying for itself, but it looks like it'll pay for itself 10 times over, then guess what? You found what you were looking for. It's the right formula. It works, and you're going to keep it, and you keep trading with our team. Okay, and that's a decision that you'll make 60 days from now. However, if at the end of 60 days you just decide this isn't for you, okay, it's okay. After 60 days, after going through the training, after getting the formula and trading with us, okay, if you just decide after 60 days this isn't your cup of tea, all that we'll ask you to do is give us back the stuff, and we will refund every penny that you paid just for trying this out, okay? What am I trying to tell you? Your downside is 0. Your upside is phenomenal. So it's option A or option B, and you got my permission to let me know which way you're going to go. But understand, either way you do this, you're going to get a 1,600 pip guarantee. That's even better than a 60-day money-back thing, because this says we got to show you performance. If we're results-driven, show me the money. Right, Brian? Well, the fact is, it's 1,600 pips. We don't show you 1,600 pips by the end of that 60 days, give us back the stuff. We'll gladly give you back your money, because this is us putting our money where our mouth is. All right, you call that number on the bottom of the screen, and I'll get you that 1,600 pip guarantee. And as a matter of fact, to make it even sweeter for you, how about this? And before I give you this little bonus, I just have to call out those of you that have made that commitment, just so you know that I see you. All right, Tom and Mauricio, Stephen and Aaron, great. I've got you as letter A's. Javier, you're a letter B. Michael, James, hold on, Ahmed, good. I have you as B, James, M, right? Ahmed and Michael. All right, Aaron with an E. Phil, trader number 7. I have you also as B's. All right, who else? Janice, you have a question. That's fine. All right, just make sure I've got your number. Let me get your question answered. Okay, let's answer that one kind of one-on-one, and that way you get it. It's a little bit more personal. All right, so those of you that are getting started, you need to hang with me for a minute, especially because I'm going to give you a little incentive here, little something special because of this Brexit thing. All right, congratulations to you. I absolutely. Right, Eric, yes, I have you as an A. All right, let me just give everybody an incentive real quick. Because of this Brexit and how absolutely important this is, okay, when it comes to the charting program, here's what I'm going to do. If you get started today, option A or option B, let me give you some immediate value. All right, instead of giving you the charts for 2 months, here's what I'm going to do. All right, for option B's, right, you get started tonight, you get the door open on this thing, and I'll go ahead and take care of your charts till the end of the year. All right, normally that's $249 a month, right? But I don't want you worried about charts. I want you worried about learning the formula and getting this done. The July is a monster month, okay? I want you to be there for it. I don't want you sweating charts and stuff, but I am going to plan for your success. I'll pay for your charts, option B, all the way to the end of the year. You get started today. And if you're an option A, well, guess what? I'll make that a little sweeter for you. I'll pay for your charts until this time next year. Full year of it if you're an option A. So a little something for you there if you decide to get started that way. Why am I doing this? I'm planning for your success. All right, you absolutely right now have the knowledge to get started. All that's left is to turn it into action. You got to just take that step forward, okay? Everyone that ever started with our group started the same way. Came to a webinar, right? Put in their information. They said, I'm going to try this for 60 days. Let me give myself a chance at this. All different kinds of people, and they all tell us about their stuff, right? Sophia, 350 pips in an hour. Right? Trapal, 200 pips, doing a couple of trades. Chad, same thing. 350, I got in before the announcement. That's the name of the game. That's how the fibs work. All right? Last week before, Gavin, 289. You're ready to do this, right? Don't tell me you need to know more, because I know better. I know how well I taught you over the last hour and a half. You don't need to know more, okay? You need to do. You know the market. There's nothing left to know. You know your pairs, your pips, your lots, your leverage. You know how to do a trade. I showed you that. You've seen the opportunity. I've shown you 22 years worth of what you need to know on the euro, right, and the Aussie, right, and the pound. You know your formula. There's nothing left to know, all right, except if this works. And the only way to find out is to test it out. So for those of you that are ready to do that, good. If it works even half as well as I've shown you, you're going to be very impressed. You just got to decide if it's worth your time to do it. Money part, I'm protecting you. I'll give you 60 days and a guarantee. So you can't decide if it's worth the money, right? If you're protected during that time, you make that decision over the next 60 days. You need to decide if this is worth your time because you're busy. You don't want this to be a waste of your time. I get it, okay? The only thing I can tell you is you'll probably know tonight at 7 o'clock after you meet with Josh and go over the 4-pound pairs, if this is worth your time. All right? Let me show this to you, gang. Here's your 4-pound pairs. I already know this because I know the formula. I know what he's going to show you. Here's the pound New Zealand day chart. Look, the fibs work on it. Look, I'll erase them and I'll show you. It's one click of the mouse. Just find the high price on the pound New Zealand. All right? There's the Brexit. Well, guess what? It was part of an ABCD. That's all the Brexit was. It was part of this move, A, B, C, D. What did we say? We're going to the red line. There's the red tramp. Look, look, look. The fib said, we're going to the red trampoline. And where did we go? We went right to it. The Fibonacci's predicted the Brexit? You got to be kidding. Well, I guess I would be if it wasn't right there in front of me, okay? So when you understand that, and then you see, right, on the pound Australian, that we've got a move off of the blue tramp going down to blue, and there's 600 pips waiting, that's $6,000. Then when I see the pound yen, and I put my Fibonacci's on that, hold on, right? I'm going to see if I can waste some more of your time, okay? If I got 6,000 on one currency, and then here I've gone from red, going to red, and that's another $10,000. That's 16 grand, okay? Then I'm going to go to the pound US, and I'm going to see this is another 10. Tonight's meeting with Josh could be a $25,000 conversation. I don't like to waste time either, but that beats the snot out of a Tupperware party. Come on and do this. Give yourself a chance. If you're the type of person that doesn't want to wait, call the number and I'll give you $500 off. Okay? You didn't stay with me on this thing because I was blowing smoke. You're watching it happen. The only thing left to do is to try it out. Okay? I don't want to do that other stuff. It's too hard. Trading futures, trading binaries, trading options, trading stocks. Oh no, this one bought that one. Oh no, this one has to underreport their earnings because of some accounting irregularity. Oh, this one, come on. Do this. It works. And we've been building our business on it for 22 years because of it. If you're going to call that number, I'll save you $500. Do me a favor. If you are, put the word call in so I can mark you as calling in. I'm going to limit that to 5 people. All right? The 5 people in here that got my message are the 5 that are probably going to be calling that number. All right? I'm going to limit that. Good. Jim, I like it. Just put the word call in the chat box. Good the way you did it. Now I'm down to 4. Okay? What do I want you to do with that $500, Jim? I want you to put it into an account. Whatever I save you with that phone call, stick it in an account. Now you're trading 2 mini lots to get started. Okay? Good. Alice, good for you. Right? You've been here the whole time. It's just the first time you chimed in. Now I'm down to 3 of those. Hurry up, gang. All right? Because they're going to go quick. Get it down to brass tacks. If you save that $500 and call in, I'm going to give you 12 months of charts. I'm going to give you a 60-day guarantee, and I'll give you 1,600 pips. There's not much fairer way that I can do this. All right, there's 15 grand in value. William, you're a call-in. Now we're down to 2 of those. All right, Farouk, Charles, Terry, Tom, your option B's. Perfect the way you did it. All right, this is something you can do. It's like Christmas around here. Come test it out. You're going to be successful. Make it happen. All right, for the rest of you, I'm glad you were here for the day. I've got to get going. My time is up. But there is one other thing I want to share with you. All right, because not everybody's responded. I'm congratulating those of you that are, and it's fine. And we're getting you started right now. A couple of you are on the phone. Okay, we'll get you started, 5 or 10 minutes. We'll get you all the download links and so forth. But there's some of you that are still here that haven't responded, and I think I know why. Okay, I think the whole thing makes sense to you. I think you can handle the trading the way I showed it to you, right? You can handle the mechanics of the trade, right? I just click on buy or sell. That looks pretty easy. Okay, you can place your orders. That part you got. When I did the 1, 2, 3 ABC, you got the formula. Okay, so that part you got. So what's bugging you? Why aren't you getting started? I already know the answer. All right, the money part's bugging you. $59.95. Well, I said $54.95, and you're saying, okay, still a little too much for me. All right, how about this? Okay, what if this made enough sense for you that you had no choice but to get started, and I helped you out? What if there was a way to get this program not for $16,000 or $5,900 or whatever? What if I could get it for you for free? Would that get you off the fence? Because if it would, here's what I need you to do. Okay, hop off the fence, type in a good phone number to reach you, so that we can figure out a way to get you started. All right, come on, is there really a way to get it for free? You bet there is. Okay, but you got to find out how, and the fact of the matter is, only way to do it, type in a number. All right, we'll give you a call, we'll let you know exactly how. A little scholarship program that we have here, all right, that'll be the first question you ask when we make that connection. All right, every single person who's ever started with this program started the same way. They came to a workshop, they typed in their number, they put in the letter A to get started, letter B, or in this case, they put free. Okay, some of the best traders I've got started out by putting in the word free. So if that's you, let's go. Okay, let's make this happen. And the fact of the matter is, all right, I'll get you your download links, we'll get you on this team, and we'll get you trading tonight. but I've only got 60 more seconds to do that. So go ahead and do it, right? Type in a phone number, stick the word free next to it. Pretty awesome way to do it, okay? I'm just reading your question, Carlos. All right, now listen, no, if you really want this for free, then I'm going to recommend that you call us and not wait for us to call you, because the phones are going to be busy for the next 15, 20 minutes. You can still call in, okay? But the fact of the matter is, yes, type in A, B, or free over the next 30 seconds. Here's that phone number again to save the $500. So with that, remember, option A, option B, right, or free, and it comes with a 1,600 pip guarantee. I don't know if there's anything better than I can do, right? Everybody who's from Missouri, that's the show me state. Show me, show me, show me. Well, then let's get started and let's show it to you, right? Worst case scenario, you do it for 60 days, it's not what you thought, you get your money back, right? Best case, you found what the heck you were looking for. You don't have to come to workshops anymore. We can just get down to trading. All right, so with that, I had fun with you. My time is up. Great time on Investor Inspiration. Renee, thanks for having me. Chief, thanks for letting me talk to this group. I appreciate it. And all the best to all of you. I'm glad you were here. Hope you learned something. Hope you had some good takeaways. With that, I'm Joe, and I'll talk to you again. Be good.